Do y'all want to see the Great Reset, the globalist takeover of the world, even in the United States of America? Thanks for tuning into HardNews TV4. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where truth is like archaeology, and every day we're digging for it. Today is November 6, 2020, and this is my top 10 for today. So we all know what's going on with the election, the selection. We saw how the people voted, but we saw who's going to get put in place. But they're not even being secret anymore. Now all of a sudden Wall Street Journal is telling us how America needs to let go of the free market and embrace socialism and communist ideologies. Okay? Putting it out there right for us already. Article number 1 on my top 10. Western economies embrace state intervention, emulating Asia. Greater state control of business activity reflects anxiety in the West about the ability to compete with government-backed industries in Asia. This is out of Frankfurt, Germany. Western governments are taking a page from their Asian rivals and moving away from the free market doctrine that defined their economic thinking for decades, instead embracing greater state control of business activity. We're moving from free market to socialism, communism. The shift reflects a deep anxiety about the West's ability to maintain its living standards and technological edge while competing with giant state-backed companies in China and elsewhere in Asia. The trend is being accelerated by the virus, the snare that has come upon the entire earth, which has prompted a rethink of the balance between the state and the private sector. The book, The Great Reset, by the World Economic Forum, that put out the book how it was going to be a one world economy. We're moving that way, y'all. They are ramping up their globalist agenda. Article number 2 from November 4th. European police in coordinated raids against online hate speech. So they're reshaping our economic policy. They're reshaping what we're allowed to say and can't say online. Wait, this is going to get worse. Wait till you see the next article. Article number 3, COVID-19 vaccine safety efforts to feature app tracking of vulnerable groups. So not only are they going to give you the vaccine, they're going to track you after you get the vaccine. Look what I have highlighted. The CDC plans to send daily texts to people who get vaccinated, steering them to web surveys to self-report. Okay? That's not going to be the only reason. That's what they're coming out saying now. Being tracked like animals. Okay, and remember, this is going to be worldwide. Let's go to the next article. Oh, but before we go to the next article, I can hear people already saying, oh, well, I just won't download it because it says that you have to download the app. Okay? You have to download the app for them to track you. Let me find where I read. Okay, so it says the smartphone-based system, vSafe, will send the surveys to anyone vaccinated who provides contact information. The survey will be sent out daily for the first week post-vaccination, then weekly for 6 weeks. But I can already hear people saying, I'm not going to give them my information. It always starts off voluntary and then it becomes mandatory. Okay, once they get everybody else used to it and gradually working them in, then they come back and say how effective it was, and now everybody has to do it. So let's say you still say, I'm not going to do it. Look at this article from today. British woman threatened with police visit for not downloading the National Health COVID tracking app. A British woman says she was threatened by police visiting her home if she did not download the NHS coronavirus track and trace app. This was followed by in excess of 20 text messages demanding that she download the app. Remember I told y'all I got rid of my iPhone 6 because it had the health app on it? So I went back to my iPhone 4 because it doesn't have it on it. Can you imagine when the vaccine first rolls out, everybody's going to be told that they can voluntarily download the app to get their updates. And this lady was threatened with the police visit for not downloading the app. It's a totalitarian global takeover, the global reset, to get every citizen in every country to act the same exact way and to submit to globalist dictatorship. Article number 6 is from yesterday, from Bloomberg. Greece to go into nationwide lockdown Saturday, the premier says. Greece is set to impose a new national lockdown, joining countries from France to the UK that are resorting once again to broad shutdowns as the virus cases soar. Okay, number 7. London grinds to a halt with 1,200 miles of traffic jams. Thousands flee before lockdown. That is a long way, 1,200 miles. I think that's like from Georgia to D.C. Thousands of traffic jams brought London's roads to a grinding halt just hours before England went into a second full lockdown. Motorists desperately tried to flee the capital on Wednesday evening before heavy restrictions were reintroduced from midnight until at least December 2nd. Can y'all imagine people feeling like they're running for their lives so they're not locked down like animals? We are all having psychological torture put on us, okay? So before I go to article number 8, y'all just indulge me with this story that I told somebody today. So I told a friend of mine that, I have my youngest son in the Marines. And I was watching a thing about Marines conditioning. And the first thing they do is strip the new recruits of any identity, any respect, any identity, any self-identity, any personal habits, any personal preferences. They strip them down and then build them back up for a group think, to think just like the other people in their unit, just like the other people in the Marines, and to have a new mindset. All these lockdowns, all these restrictions worldwide, telling people you can't come out of your house worldwide. Worldwide, telling people don't stand close to your neighbor. Worldwide, telling people don't go into your neighbor's house. Worldwide, putting the same thoughts in people's heads worldwide and stripping them of their individual identity and make them all have a global citizen mindset. That kind of group is easier to control than a bunch of individualized thinking. That's what we're seeing right now. Article number 8. Paris bans delivery and takeaway food and alcohol at night. See, this isn't about controlling the virus anymore. This is to control our movements, where we socialize at, who we socialize with, how often we see people, what we eat. Paris will ban delivery and takeaway services for prepared food and alcohol between 10 and 6 a.m. local time from Friday to limit the spread of the virus. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 till 6 in the morning, you can't get takeout food or alcohol, which I don't drink, never drink, but I'm not going to tell you, you can't. We do have free will. Okay, so how is that going to limit the spread of the virus if you eat your food at a certain time? Okay? It said that the sale and consumption of alcohol drinks in public spaces would also be banned between 10 and 6 a.m. Y'all, it's not about stopping the spread. It's controlling our movements, our likes, our dislikes, our individuality. Can only do what they say we can do when they say we can do it. More proof. This is from study finds from yesterday. Study finds 1 in 5 grocery store workers have tested positive for the virus. Most are asymptomatic. 1 in 5, y'all. So they say that, money is living on, that the virus is living on money, right? The dirty money. And that's why they want to stop the circulation of money. Well, you got grocery store bags. It's not living on that. You've got paper products in the store. It's not living on that. When 1 in 5 of the grocery store workers that are stocking the chips and stocking the bread and stocking all the paper labels and unboxing the food and putting up the hamburger helper on the box, all of a sudden all these people that are tested positive for the virus that are touching the items that we're picking up and bringing home, it's not spreading to us, but it's magically living on the surface of the money. Do y'all see the idiocracy and illogical arguments that they're making in this? It's laughable. And the last article number 10, this is for Jackson, Mississippi. Police will pilot a program to live stream Amazon Ring cameras. This is not a drill. Red alert. The Police Surveillance Center in Jackson, Mississippi will be conducting a 45-day pilot program to live stream Amazon Ring cameras of participating residents. Remember, Amazon Alexa's listening? Remember, Amazon Jeff Bezos is holding the biometric data of every citizen for the U.S. government on their cloud server? And now Amazon Ring cameras are being plugged in to police stations in Jackson, Mississippi. While people buy Ring cameras and put them on their front door to keep packages safe, police use them to build comprehensive CCTV camera networks blanketing the whole neighborhoods. This serves 2 purposes. First, it allows police departments to avoid the cost of buying surveillance equipment and to put the burden onto consumers by convincing them they need cameras to keep their property safe. Second, it evades the natural reaction of fear and distrust that many people would have if they learned police were putting up dozens of cameras on their block, 1 for every house. Now our worst fears have been confirmed. Police in Jackson, Mississippi have started a pilot program that will allow Ring owners to patch their camera streams from their front doors directly to police real-time crime center. The footage from your front door includes you coming and going from your house, your neighbors taking out the trash, the dog walkers and delivery people who do their jobs in the street. Okay, not only that, they're going to be able to know who is coming and going from your house. Okay, let's say they outlaw churches and people want to start having home churches, but all of a sudden there's still the ban on gathering of people from other households, or a ban on more than 2 people or 3 households being in your household. And now you've got 3, 4, 5 people coming to your house. What if they want to put you in quarantine, but your neighbor's camera across the street saw you leaving outside to go do something? So this is letting the police bypass search warrants and getting a warrant to spy on you, and they'll be able to zoom in when you open your car door, what you got in your car. Okay, this is not good. So a quick recap: the West is shifting their thinking from capitalism to government-controlled businesses. And is that why 50% of mom and pop type stores have gone out of business? Because they only want the essential government businesses to remain open, with us having limited access to items that we need. Governments are cracking down on online hate speech. Hate speech just means anything the politically correct government says that you can say, and if you're saying other, then you're about to be in trouble. Tracking of the virus vaccine. Threats of police if you don't acquiesce to what they say you have to do. Article number 5, the UK to ban protest. Oh, I skipped this one. The UK to ban protest of 2 or more people ahead of the national lockdown. So what kind of protest is that if you can only have 2 people protesting? Article number 6, Greece to go into a new lockdown. London people are panicking and trying to get out before the hard lockdown. Paris is banning food and alcohol at certain times. Study, 1 in 5 grocery store workers have tested positive for the virus, but they're not spreading it on our food, even though it can spread on our money. And police are getting free surveillance courtesy through people who purchase Amazon's cameras. Y'all please leave me your comments below and let me know what y'all think about this great reset. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.